What up, Christian people? It is your boy Jonah, one of the most authentic preachers you have ever heard, and it's another episode of KingdomSide. Thank you guys for watching and listening. And I just realized something. I think I'm going to start going in a different direction with my content. I've been thinking about this a lot. If you notice, I have not been dropping as much content, and I think it's because I'm going to be heading in a different direction. I think I'm going to start talking more about dating on this channel. And today I want to talk about one of the biggest problems Christian men are going to face when they're dealing with secular women, or women of the world, right? People ask me all the time if I'd be open to dealing with a woman that they knew who is a good woman, but she isn't Christian. Would I be open to dealing with that, right? And I'm going to keep it real with you. It could be tempting sometimes, especially if she's a good-looking woman, for sure. But regardless of how she looked and all the great qualities about her, I always have to say no for this one reason, right? Women of the world typically are going to want to have sex before marriage. And that's going to clash with my view because I'm actually waiting on marriage for sex. Like a real Christian man should, right? And a lot of people don't understand why that would be a problem, right? But I'm going to break it down for you why that is actually a huge problem, both for me, but really for her. I think it's going to be a bigger problem. Because the first thing we have to understand is that women of the world don't value waiting, right? Unless they are virgins or sexually repressed, they got to have sex, They got to have it when they're dating someone. And this isn't just like some propaganda I'm feeding. I'm talking about this from personal experience. I've had girls who knew my convictions and still tried to sleep with me, right? I've had friends who went down this road and they ended up having, it didn't work out because of this reason, because they were not on the same page about sex. So no matter how much they like you, they're not going to be interested in waiting, right? And people need to get out of this fantasy that the dating world operates like it does on a Disney Channel or Hallmark, where sex never comes up. I used to think this is the way the world worked as a kid, but as I got older, I realized that sex is actually a big part of most dating relationships. In fact, relationships can be dangerous for those of us who are practicing abstinence because sex is the standard for most relationships. That's why I'm upfront with the women I date. But real talk, I only really deal with Christian women exclusively, specifically Christian women who believe in abstinence, you know what I'm saying? Because even if it means like I have to be single for a while, it is worth it because I want to be with someone who's on the same page about sex. It's actually the best thing you can do is find someone who shares your convictions. And worldly women, a lot of times they will resent you for those convictions. Let's look at Tim Tebow, for instance. He's probably one of the greatest examples of this. Tim Tebow is like, he's in the NFL. He's famous because he's like a Christian. He's a virgin. At least he was a virgin before he was married. He's a legend in the purity game, right? But before he got married, he used to date a lot of secular women, and they would always end up breaking up with him because they couldn't take not having sex. It was always a problem for them. They liked him, they tried to make it work, but they cannot deal with having no sex for a long time. And this is what we got to realize, that women of the world, they don't have the grace to wait. That's the proof, you know what I'm saying? And now Tim Tebow is married. He found himself a good Christian woman, right? And that's the thing. It was when he started dealing with a woman that was on the same page with him about sexuality that he ended up finding success. And that's a lesson that Christian men need to learn. Date Christian women if you want to be successful in being pure, or if you want to be successful at, getting into a relationship that's going to lead to marriage. And I understand the temptation. Women of the world, they definitely have an appeal to them. Sometimes I understand why Samson went the way he went with Delilah. Secular women can be fun, sophisticated, sexy. You don't meet a lot of sexy Christian women. And a lot of times, women of the world can be just as good as Christian women. You know what I'm saying? They may not smoke. They may not drink. They may be down to earth. They may be nice. Your mama love them. They go to church with you. They like your pastor's message. It almost feels like the same thing, but I'm going to keep it real with you. Unless she gets saved and is reformed by the Holy Spirit, let me repeat that one, saved and reformed by the Holy Spirit, it's inevitable that if she likes you, she's going to want to have sex with you. She's going to want to be physical before marriage. And if she stays with you, I'm going to keep it real with you. She's not going to help you in your commitment to God. She will damn near try to seduce you. You know, she'll come to your crib in a skimpy outfit looking all sexy and stuff. You know what I mean? When you're sitting on the couch watching Netflix, she's going to press against your junk. All these things to try to entice you into having sex with her. Don't think it's a mistake, man. She knows what's up. And, you know what I'm saying? And here's the thing about it. Another thing, too, if she's not trying to seduce you, that's something to worry about, too. Because you got to wonder, like, yo, is she getting it from somewhere else? You know what I'm saying? She may be a good woman, but when she's not getting her needs satisfied, you know what I'm saying, she may end up stepping out. Because here's, you know, the real thing is, you know, women today are probably more sexual than men. There's like this myth going around that women don't like sex, but we all know that's a lie, right? I think that's a lie that men tell themselves because they don't want to see their moms, sisters, and daughters as sexual. But women are not as innocent as they are portrayed, you know? If you don't believe so, just ask her what her favorite TV show is. If it's something like Power, Sex and the City, Game of Thrones, Insecure, She's Gotta Have It, you know, something where it's like a lot of butt-naked sex or just a lot of talk about sexuality, that should let you know where her head's at. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with women that are being fed the message of sexual liberation for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. See, at least Christian women, they know how to check their sexuality, but, you know, women of the world, they don't have that concept. They're more free with their sexuality, which can be a problem. And she's not going to respect your commitment to purity, right? She'll think it's goofy and kind of laugh at you for it. And here's my thing. Why do Christian men always think they could be the exception to the rules? Like, why do you believe that you're going to be the guy that's going to change her social programming? Tim Tebow couldn't do it. So why would you think that you can? The truth is, you'll probably end up changing before she changes. And the Bible warns against, you know, dealing with women that are not on the same page as you. Like, some of y'all are real arrogant about this type of thing. Real talk. In fact, that was probably the downfall of the Jonas Brothers. Like, remember how back when I was a kid at least, they were all about promoting purity, had like all the women in your class rocking purity rings for about a week. You know what I'm saying? I think one of them, Kevin, he did keep his purity, but like for like the other ones, you know, they fell off. They eventually broke. And it was because they were dealing with fire. They were probably dealing with a bunch of good-looking secular women that, you know, convinced them like, yo, I gotta change up so I can get some of this good stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, it happens all the time. Like, it's not just with them, it happens all the time. Because the reality is, women control sex and relationships. Like, I see it all the time. I see women that can date a secular guy and get him to wait, but I've never seen it the other way around. I've never seen a Christian guy date a worldly woman and make it to the altar. I've never seen that happen. Because I'm gonna keep it real. If she wants it, something's gonna break. You know what I'm saying? Someone's gonna break. And a lot of times it be the Christian guys that break, unfortunately. I noticed this too. You know what I'm saying? I noticed a lot of guys, when they start dating secular women, they switch up. And I already know what happened. You know what I'm saying? Their church attendance dropped. They're no longer involved as they used to be. Their worship isn't as powerful. Try to act like they're too cool for Jesus. Listen, I don't judge y'all. You know what I'm saying? You guys are grown. You can do what you want to do, but you know what I'm saying? But I know what's up, you know? I know what y'all do when no one else is around. I could see these things, you know what I'm saying? And that's why the Bible tells us we got to be wise as serpents, you know what I'm saying? You got to understand how the serpent thinks in order to overcome. So here's the thing, right? If you are saving yourself for marriage, the best thing you can do is get a girlfriend who is Christian, who is on the same page. I'm going to keep preaching. That's the best thing you can do. Because real life is not like a Disney Channel. I wish it was like a Disney Channel, but it's not. And eventually you have to grow up and realize that they are savages out here. There are women that want you to compromise. You know what I'm saying? There are women that want you sexually. That's the real world, y'all. So if you're waiting, deal with women that are about the same thing you're about. And that's all I can say for y'all, man. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please share, please like, please comment. Tell me what you guys think about this. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.